Hi everyone, I'm Chrys, author of the Disaster Crime series, and in this video I am going to do a reading from A Fighting Chance, and it's my favorite scene. It's in chapter 1. There is a spoiler with this scene, so if you have not read Frozen Crimes yet and intend to, you might want to save this video for until you have actually read Frozen Crimes. Now, I'm reading this from my Kindle, so there might be a glare on my face. I'll try to maybe do it, hold it lower down, but just so you know what that glare is right there. Amanda got to her feet. She took a few steps forward, but then she quickly took one step back. He kept his gaze lowered. When she lifted a hand to reach out to him, his heart palpitated. Please. He sent the plea silently to Amanda. Please do something so I know, so I won't be such a coward. Please, Amanda. She dropped her hand to her side. He looked at her. Her chest rose and fell as if she was breathless. She opened her mouth, and a pent-up breath fled from her lips. Her mouth opened wider as if to speak, but Beth's voice called out from her office at the back of the studio. Amanda, can you help me for a second? Amanda stared into Thorn's eyes with lowered brows. She looked sad, and he felt like an idiot for not having the guts to ask what he'd been dying to ask her. If he didn't have it in him, how could he expect her to? He gave her a small nod, letting her know it was okay to leave. She moved past him. When she did, the backs of their hands brushed. He blinked, surprised. Not daring to move, he listened to the sound of her shoes when she went to the back. Something cracked into his kneecap. Ow! Reagan's toy rattle lay on the ground next to him. He shifted to see her standing in the bouncer, with her hand on her hip and her small round face scrunched up in a glare that clearly said, "You're such an idiot." You do take after your mom, he muttered. Beside her, Ryan tilted his head back and let out baby giggles that reminded him too much of Donovan making fun of him. And you're just like your dad. He bent down and picked up the rattle. Promise to not hit me in the head? Reagan eyed him. Skeptical, he gave the rattle back to her. She took it and bashed it on the bouncer a couple of times, not taking her glare off him. What did I do? He asked. She let out a huff. Okay, so I screwed up. He glanced toward the hallway. What should I do? Ryan leaned forward and babbled something in baby language. Reagan turned to him and shot back a string of gibberish. She lifted her left hand and moved it from side to side, signaling Ryan to let her handle this. Ryan leaned back in his bouncer, as if to say, okay, this will be entertaining. Thorn gaped. My God, you really are like your parents. Ryan burst into baby giggles. Reagan shook the rattle urgently to shut him up. Then she pointed the rattle at Thorn and went into a long speech that he couldn't understand. And yet, he could. He nodded when she went quiet. I'll do my best, I promise. A smile bloomed on her face, and she let out a happy squeal. What was all that about? Thorn looked to see Amanda standing a few feet away. He pushed to his feet. It's a secret. That had her smiling. You're cute with them. They're the cute ones. They make me look good. He moved to his place on the other side of the counter, giving her the space to go to her place behind the desk. He took a deep breath. Would you like to go out with me sometime? For dinner? Amanda's eyelids popped open wide. Or lunch? She still didn't respond. Brunch. No, not brunch. Who goes to brunch? Coffee. If you don't like coffee, water. We can get water. He winced inwardly. Did I ask her out to get water? He wanted to smack himself. Who does that? Apparently he does. You can think about it and let me know. Sometime. He glanced once more at her face. Her eyes were wide, her mouth parted slightly, and he wasn't sure if the blood had drained from her face or not, but she appeared paler. Part of him wanted to apologize. Had he overstepped? Was he way out of line, thinking she felt something for him? He turned to leave. That would be the last time he ever listened to a baby. That is one of my favorite scenes. It's just so adorable with the twins and Thorn talking to them, getting advice from baby Reagan, and of course how they end up a lot alike their parents, Beth and Donovan. I hope you enjoyed that reading. And of course, don't forget to check out A Fighting Chance, available as ebook and print everywhere ebooks are sold: Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, iTunes. Check it out, read it, enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.